welcome to a new episode of the American Nightmare podcast. It is September 24th, 2020, and this is episode 30.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, holy shit. 30 episodes.
It's kind of funny when watching the movie we watched for this one. It's 2 years old, and I was like, man, we reviewed the first one.
Yeah.
One of our first couple episodes.
Yeah. So I'm thrilled about what we're going to be reviewing. But anyway, 30 episodes. This is awesome. So let's start off with horror.
You got a gold watch or something?
What was that?
You got a gold watch for like having 30 episodes?
Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
We'll have to talk to corporate.
Okay, so horror news.
My free case of beer, eh?
Yeah, Elsinore.
Exactly. All right, so Shudder's Creepshow animated special.
Oh yeah,
October.
I saw that.
Yeah, so they have the Creepshow franchise, and last season was actually pretty awesome. They're in the process of making season 2, but they're making an animated Halloween episode, which sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's I saw the 2 stories actually look like they're going to be pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's going to be starring Kiefer Sutherland, I think Joey King, and there's 2 different segments, 2 stories by Stephen King and Joe Hill, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, those guys are lighting it up.
Yeah, there's the one episode is called Survivor Type, based on a short story by Stephen King and adapted by Greg Nicotero. It stars Kiefer Sutherland as a man determined to stay alive alone on a desert island no matter what the cost. And then the second story is called Twittering from the Circus of the Dead, based on a short story by
name.
Joe Hill. Yeah. Adapted by Melanie Dale. It stars King as a teen whose family road trip includes a visit to the gravest show on Earth.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Creepshow, the first season.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm looking forward to this, and I just can't wait till the second season.
I think that I'm interested to see what kind of animation it is. You think it'll be almost kind of like the comic booky kind of?
That's what I'm hoping.
Assume?
Yeah, like the little animated skits that they put in the movie and in the series. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I mean, that's what I would hope. But
so they're filming the new Scream movie, and on Twitter, one of the cast members leaked an image that reveals the title and the logo of the new film. Now, I looked at the
So
image.
is it a remake or is it a new?
No, it's a new one. It's Scream 5. But
Okay.
I didn't see like a subtitle anywhere.
Right.
So I'm not sure what they were saying. But it basically was a director's chair that had the logo on the back and said Scream.
Was there like a subtitle of it? Like Scream?
No, that's the thing.
Die soon or?
Yeah, people are saying, "Oh, that's the new title." I'm like, "Title? Just the picture."
Scream 5.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'll post a link online with the link to the Instagram photograph.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, but the first Scream was my favorite.
Good.
The whole series is pretty good, but I really love the first one because it was such a unique idea.
Oh my god, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's a trend nowadays, really, that movies that are self-aware, and that was really just a cool thing with that one.
Yeah, the interesting thing is going to be though, like especially nowadays, is like how are you going to recreate that back and forth like phone thing? These days, you pretty much know who it is, like who's calling you, or
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll try to do like a Zoom one because how you can like crash people's Zooms.
Yeah,
maybe it'll be something like that.
Show up as somebody and not know who they are. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Amazon released a new trailer for Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's Truth Seekers series.
Oh.
I'll post a link to the trailer. There's a trailer up online. So basically, it's a supernatural comedy drama series featuring Nick Frost, Samson Kayo, Simon Pegg, and Emma Darcy. It's a group of part-time paranormal investigators that team up to uncover deadly conspiracy. The clips looked kind of funny and scary all in one, and you know how I
Sweet.
love the comedy horror. So
Yeah.
really, it kind of reminded me of the Shaun of the Dead kind of
Sweet.
feel. Netflix has released a trailer for The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yes.
It
Yeah, it
comes
looks
out
good.
in October. The trailer just looks freaking great. There's a lot of returning cast that you can tell by the
I
trailer.
think we'll do more hidden ghosts, probably some
I
Easter
don't
eggs in
know.
there.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's as good as or not better than the first series.
That's tough. That's going to be tough. That
It
was
is.
such a good
True.
series.
It is. But
That
the
was
thing
so
is,
good.
he's a great director and great writer. He's done a couple great things, so I really have a lot of faith. So we'll see what happens.
I thought the writer for Marianne was doing something also. Remember the French?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He is doing something. I don't remember what though.
Yeah, I don't remember either where it was going to be shown.
Damn old age.
Hulu has released a trailer for a new series by Clive Barker, Books of
Ooh.
Blood. Starts in
Oh,
October
I haven't
on
seen that.
Hulu. Yeah, it says here that is I'll post a link to the trailer on the website, but it says it's a journey into uncharted and forbidden territory through three tales tangled in space and time. The
Interesting.
trailer looks really good. It was
Have to check that trailer out then.
Yeah, in the trailer they showed like a guy that's like a psychic, and there's like someone who's a critic who's maybe teaching something. They had him in like a locked room and says that he likes to manipulate people's feelings and pretending that he can talk to the dead. And then he turns around and he's like half naked or whatever, and he's, I need darkness, or the ghosts need darkness. And then the lights go out, and then when they come back on, he's like quivering in the middle of the room on the floor, and there's like writing all over the walls and blood.
I met Clive Barker.
What?
He's an interesting
I
dude.
did.
All right.
Yeah. At a video convention.
Nice.
My dad owned a store, so I used to go to Atlantic City, and he was there promoting. It was like an unheard of movie. I got his autograph and stuff too, and I was talking to him for a while.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a cool cat.
Nice.
That's cool.
I don't know that I can find. I mean, I hope I still have it somewhere, but yeah,
His
it was
voice
cool.
shot though. The last time I heard an interview with him, his voice just sounded horrible.
Oh, really?
Really?
He's
Yeah.
British too, so I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, to the point where I thought, did he have throat cancer or something? I don't remember.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, it
remember.
was
Like,
really
he sounded.
bad.
Yeah, like I see, he was British, but he sounded normal. You know what I mean? He wasn't. That was a long time ago. I was 18, so.
Yeah, that's a long time.
30 years ago.
I've seen online here that American Werewolf in London is getting a Ultra 4K Blu-ray release, special collector's edition. Now, this time around, this is not by our friends at the Shaft Factory. In fact, this is from a German company called Turbine. It is being released in Germany, but the Blu-ray Ultra HDs are not region locked, so you can order them and they will ship to the US.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
It looks really cool. Like it's a multi-disc like fold-out thing, and each of the discs has the painting of the buddy that died, and every time you see him, he's more rotted. So it has like the painting of the three faces of him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It comes with a big poster from promoting the movie when it first came out, and then there's a little note there that says John Landis horror comedy classic American Werewolf in London is finally getting a 4K treatment. The only thing is that it's coming in Germany, company called Turbine. However, the good news is it's 4K, and the discs are region free. So they will ship to North America, and you'll be able to play them without any problems with the English language. So that's pretty cool. But I'm sure getting stuff from Germany is probably going to take some time, considering our post office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah Paulson is starring in another horror film called Run, coming out
Oh,
on
sweet.
Hulu in October. It seems like
I
she's
watched
in
the first
everything now.
episode last night, by the way.
Yep,
Oh,
of
Ratchet?
Ratchet.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
good, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
We've watched 2 so far, and I mean, you can definitely tell it's Ryan Murphy as you're watching it. You know, it's got that
Oh, for sure.
that vibe.
Yeah,
but,
just the cinematography and
the angles he takes, and
the you know what I mean, the hotel and the just
Yeah.
just the how it's his, you know what I mean.
but it's good though. I mean, you really start disliking her pretty early on. You know?
Even the characters, you know what I mean. You can
Yeah,
tell it's
yeah.
his characters too. You know.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing is, I was almost hesitant to watch it because the day that it came out, or the day before, I didn't get a chance to watch it the day it came out. But then all my friends are on Twitter, like tweeting, "Oh, this is like the worst episode of American Horror Story ever."
I liked
I'm
it.
like, fuck.
You know what? I was concerned that it was his his thing, and it was gonna suck, be
Yeah, the last few seasons have sucked.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I've only watched the first two also because I've been focusing my time on trying to catch up with Raised by Wolves. I don't know if you guys have watched that on HBO Max, but holy shit, is that amazing!
No,
No,
I
I
don't have
saw it.
HBO
Yeah, I
Max
was
yet.
gonna put it on the
Oh my
list.
god, oh my god, it's good. It's a grim future for
That has like
atheists.
a sci-fi twist to it too, right?
Yeah, it's a religious thing. It's like some new religion took over the world where they worship a god named Sol, and everyone who's an atheist they say
The
has
sun.
no soul, and they're just
Oh.
killing them. And they created these things that kill them. It's just fucking. When I watch it,
wow.
like this is fucking grim for atheists.
I'll watch
Oh, well, I mean, it could become reality, right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, man.
We're almost at Christian Sharia law in this country.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty soon,
I mean,
anyway.
we're getting there. But I
Yeah.
just see this one scene where these atheists that died, they had headstones. Other atheists buried them, and when Christians had to get stoned for something, they just busted up the headstones, made whatever they needed to, and one of the other atheist that they had in capture, was like, "You destroyed the headstones of my brothers," and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. They're atheists. They have no souls. Soul said so." Like, oh boy.
Well, I mean, technically, he's not wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
They don't either, but you know.
Yeah. Anyway, she's like in a bunch of shows now, Sarah Paulson. So now here's another movie that she's in, and this is going to be on Hulu. Here's a little synopsis from their website. You say you can never escape a mother's love, but Chloe, that's not comfort, that's a threat. There's something unnatural, even sinister, about the relationship between Chloe and her mom, Diane. Diane has raised her daughter in total isolation, controlling every move she's made since birth. And there are secrets that Chloe's only beginning to grasp.
Cool. Sounds like Harry a little bit too, I guess, right?
It's called Run. Yeah, so
it's like sheltered.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good. Well,
yeah.
That was on Hulu, you said?
That's coming on Hulu in October. Yep.
I know I'm thinking about switching over to Hulu full time for plus live TV.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, think about it. That's Disney, Fox, Universal. All that property on there, or not Universal. Universal.
No AMC though, I don't think. Peacock. Right?
No AMC. No.
Yeah, I've been digging the YouTube TV and they just got the NFL Network and Red Zone channel. So,
do they have the Philadelphia sports?
Yep,
they do.
Yep.
Okay, so they have the NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Yep.
Okay, that's like my killer. If they don't have Hulu's like the only other place that has it. That's what I was considering, but I'll maybe look into YouTube for sure.
Nice.
I guess it's got to be supported by Samsung or Sony TVs or something too. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Is there a special box?
Or is it I just have my Fire Stick. So
okay, so it's on Like the Amazon Fire Stick?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you do live TV too, or no?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's mostly live TV.
Okay. So you get your ABC, CBS, NBCs.
Yes, sir. All that.
Okay.
Nice. Speaking of Peacock streaming service,
too many streaming services.
Yeah, Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes is now available on Peacock.
It's free though, Chris.
Peacock. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's premium movies, but you don't have to have that. It's pretty much all of the NBC TV shows and all that stuff for free.
Yeah, you can watch all the SNL. They have like the best of Eddie Murphy on there. It's good stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anything from NBC Universal.
Yeah.
All that stuff's up there.
Yeah, they have all the old monster movies on there too.
Yep.
Sweet.
Old TV shows and stuff too. Yeah.
Abbott and Costello. Yeah, they have those movies, the monster movies, and.
Yeah, so the Mr. Mercedes Stephen King series that was on another audience network. I never got to see it. Everyone that I knew that had regular cable, they talked about it. But Mr. Mercedes was a great book series, multiple stories, and they broke it up into a nice bunch of TV shows. I think it went for like three seasons or something like that. But it doesn't include the character Holly, what's her name from that HBO series? Holly Gibney or whatever.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's in.
Yeah, no, you're talking. I remember. Yeah. That's right. I think you did when that was out. You mentioned that she was. Yep. She was a.
Yeah.
She was. I like that character.
Yeah. Netflix has canceled the Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance after one season.
Really? You know, I hadn't gotten around to watching the first one yet, so.
I watched it. It was really good. I was really impressed with it. I thought that the Henson Company did an awesome job. But the daughter of Jim Henson, who's the president of that company, announced on Deadline this past week that it's been canceled. And then they won an Emmy last weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy. How do you win an Emmy and get canceled?
Yeah. So, what a bummer. It was I was really hesitant because I loved the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
I was hesitant
I
to
still
watch
have that on my queue. I like, and that's what, like 2 or 3 years old already now.
No, only a year, I think.
Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, a year.
All right.
Yeah, it's in my queue too. It's just like other stuff comes up and I start watching other stuff and you know, it's only so many hours in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm loving Shudder. Like, just some great movies on there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did you watch Host?
Yeah. Yes. I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like it's a lot of jump scares, but it was.
I loved it. It was good. It was really good.
Good concept.
Some of the movies in there are kind of campy, but I like campy too. I mean, they're really good.
Right.
One more news story here. So Shout Factory, which we talk about all the time because they always release Blu-rays and special editions of some of our favorite horror movies. They have a streaming web service called Shout Factory TV.
Really?
And it's free. It streams like live television movies all day long.
Wow.
They are doing a special for 31 Nights of Horror.
Sweet.
Yes. So they will have the month of October every night. I think it's at like 7:30 p.m. or whatever. They stream a movie. And then on Saturdays, they do a back-to-back double feature. I'll post a link to the YouTube commercial for it. I did go to my Apple TV and to my Amazon Fire Stick. They both have an app for the Shout Factory TV, and it's free. So
sweet. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder how they get the rights for some of these movies because there's some really great ones that are going to be on. But wow.
That's how Tubi is too. Tubi has a boatload of horror and they're good. And it's free.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wonder how they do get the rights for that shit.
Horror news.
Eli Roth is doing another History of Horror.
Sweet.
Oh, he's got a second season?
Yep.
Nice. That's AMC, right?
Yeah, it was on AMC.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it's on Shudder now. You can watch it on Shudder, but it was on AMC.
Well, that kind of ties into my my one news item too. AMC released their Fear Fest schedule for this year.
Nice.
They're doing the entire month now. 91 different horror movies.
Holy crap!
October 1st to October 31st, the entire month.
Wow.
And I think they're gonna, there's like, I think they're doing all like the Friday the 13th, all the Halloween. It's a pretty good schedule. So
yeah,
it's nice. Like any time of the day, just. Sorry, go ahead.
I used to watch their Halloween marathon.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Hallmark Channel doing like the 26 Days of Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, with the censorship, they cut out so many.
Yeah, I know. It's
like
still kind of fun though if you're just like sitting on the couch trying to like go through some stuff to to watch for whatever, and you just pop on and there's always like a horror movie on.
For me,
of course, now you can do that with Shudder too. So
yeah, for me, it was like a gateway for getting my daughter into horror movies because those were a little less scary because they weren't so graphic.
That's true. That's true. My only other thing too is, and it's not really news so much, but Lovecraft Country. You guys been watching it?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, every episode, like, I think I can't get more freaked out by the weird sci-fi shit that happens. You both watched this week's, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude! I was getting like, yeah. So I'm sitting there, and they're getting ready to like have sex the first time it happens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, nice, this is awesome. And then all of a sudden, like, shit went weird, and I was like, what am I supposed to feel here? I got like a semi, and all of a sudden now this dude's eyeballs are getting sucked out of his skull.
Yeah.
That was my favorite episode, actually.
Well, yeah, but my favorite one up until then was the previous one where he gives the black woman the capability to be
yeah, she sheds her skin.
Yeah, that was fucking great. I love that one.
Yeah.
And then the twist there at the end where the blonde-headed dude and the blonde-headed chick were the same person, which I kind of guessed about halfway through that episode. I'm like,
I did too.
Same person, but it was still like crazy. I'm like, oh man, it is the same person.
Yeah.
And plus the historical aspect of that show is just awesome too. I mean, there's some stuff that like you're like that can't be real, right? And then you look it up and it's like, holy shit, that really did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
really good show. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, Eli Roth's it's October 10th on AMC.
Oh, is that when it is?
Yep.
All right. That's it for the news. Let's go to the top 5. And this month it is top 5 horror villain death scenes. This was too hard. I don't ever want to do one like this again.
Yeah, it was. It was tough.
It was kind of fun though, trying to think back. So there was ones like in my head. It's like I kind of remember thinking I really dug this one. So then I would go on like YouTube and like see if I can find it.
Exactly.
And then like look it up. I was like, yeah, that was a great scene. I love that.
Exactly.
It's something you don't think about as much.
Yeah, wait a minute. Didn't this movie? And then I don't remember how they killed the villain. Like, I don't freaking even remember.
And did he ever die? Because there's a lot of those. It's like, how did they wrap up Friday the 13th? Like, I don't remember. Right. You know what I mean? It's like.
But that's the thing. I think that makes this kind of good in one way or another because you really could have the death of Jason or Freddy on your list twice.
Right. But the other thing too is like it's kind of like the villain in like zombie movies are zombies. Right. So it doesn't have to be just a zombie. It could be like
exactly
this one really awesome zombie death scene. So I try to like think outside the box a little bit. And I was like, well, it doesn't have to be an individual killer. It could be just like whatever the horror was in that particular film.
Yeah.
But it was a bit on the tougher side.
It was. This month, I go first, then Craig, then Chris.
Alrighty.
My number 5 is the death of Annie Wilkes in Misery.
Ah, nice.
Now,
that was a good scene.
Not only was it a great scene, but it felt so good for her to die.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things that you're so emotionally attached to this character in this movie. When he finally fucking kills her, I'm like, yes,
yeah, right.
That evil bitch.
She deserved that shit. Yeah, right. Exactly.
All right. My number 4 is from It Follows. When that entity finally gets capped in the pool. That scene, like, just like I kept thinking, how are they going to resolve this? How are you going to resolve this?
Yeah, because it's like, how do you kill that thing? Because it, you know.
But it was one of those things that just felt good.
It was creative too. It was a good way. Like I hadn't thought about it until he did. I was like, oh well, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. My number 3. That family from Get Out, the white family that was doing the freaking abductions.
Oh yeah.
Ah, that was a great scene. Yeah.
Yes. They fucking got what they deserved too. That's the thing is, I think I kind of went with that as a theme. Like, not only was it a great end to the villain, but it just felt good to see it, happen like that.
Yeah. No, I only thought about that for like one of mine, but feeling good about their death also is a good reason to choose one.
Yeah. My number 2 is Stuntman Mike, Death Proof.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, that's
really. Yeah, that's
Tarantino.
That's the Grindhouse ones that Tarantino put out.
Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino.
I think I only watched that one time though. Like I know what you're talking about now, but
yeah.
They drag him out of the car. I'll let Sal explain, but they drag him out of the car.
He was terrorizing these girls with his car, racing them and whatnot when they had the one girl on the hood.
Okay.
And when they finally got to a place where they could get away from him trying to run them off the road, they got their revenge, and it was fucking amazing.
That's right.
They beat his face in. I don't remember. Like, they crashed the car. They fucking drug him out of the car while he's bleeding. They laid him in the street, and they were beating on his head with a hammer. It was so good.
That's good vengeance death right there.
Exactly. And my number 1, which this one I still think about a lot because I love the series. So, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. But the best death was, what was it? Episode 5, The Dream Child. When it killed him in the sacred grave or whatever, and all the souls that
all the souls
like rip him apart.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was fucking amazing.
I didn't even think of that one. That's a deep one.
Yeah, he gets killed so many times, but that one death of Freddy Krueger is one that just is in my head forever. Because I thought it was that was some fucking amazing effects and just an amazing scene altogether.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that one.
All right, awesome.
Nice. Any honorable mentions?
No, I don't. Well, you know what? Yeah, one. I mentioned this one in all kinds of lists. Dead Alive. The death of his mother when he kills, the final enemy at the end, his mom. And she takes him back into her womb.
Oh, it was so gross.
Yeah. And he busts out. It was so gross.
They were such over the top gore. And since the last episode where you guys were harassing me to see the movie, I've actually seen it now. And that was disgusting.
It was fucking great though. It was
so much gross stuff. Although I didn't see the unedited version apparently. Because I was talking to the guy I work with who's a big horror movie fan.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the scene where the gross nurse and the gross old man are having sex.
Yeah.
And then she has that gross like zombie baby.
Yes.
Well, he says the unedited scene, you actually kind of see them having sex, whereas in the unedited one, that you know they're about to, and then the next thing you know, she's like pregnant.
Oh, no.
At least
the scene where they're having sex, I saw that. Which one did you watch?
The one on YouTube that you told me to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I
yeah, like you can tell they're obviously going to have sex, and then the next thing you know, she's pregnant.
Maybe I sent you the bad link.
I don't know. It was still gross. I mean, the entire movie was gross as shit and funny too. It was great,
especially when like the pus like goes into that soup or that the dessert.
The custard, and he's sitting there eating the custard, and he's like, "Oh, I love the custard," and his wife is sitting there watching him eat it too. I'm like, "Oh, Jesus!" Oh, it was terrible. And then, like his uncle was
masterpiece. Come on.
His uncle was gross even before he became a zombie. He was just like a sleazy scumbag.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good.
The thing about that movie is some of those zombie kills for a team of people that didn't have a boatload of money to make movies. Some of those special effects were pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean it was like totally like the practical effects were great.
Yeah.
All right, tangent.
Craig.
Okay, my number 5 was Annie Wilkes in Misery.
Nice. Look at this.
Yeah,
we even
have
those, similar.
It was like satisfying, you know what I mean? It's like it wasn't like the best kill scene, but I mean, what did he do? like shove the pages of his book in her mouth or something?
Yeah, and then like that didn't kill her, and then she fell and busted her head on a typewriter, which was also poetic.
Yeah,
and then I think he finally ends up smashing her head in with like a pig or something.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yep.
That was one of those scenes that, like, the death scenes, like, you know, all horror movies, like, they're not dead on the first time you think they're dead.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, my number 4 was a scene from. This is one where, I mean, it wasn't like you said. It wasn't the actual. Well, I guess it was a villain, but from the movie "Let the Right One In."
Mm-hmm.
Like when the little boy was getting picked on by the other. Like he had his head shoved in the pool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he saw blood. And it was the girl, you know, the girl killed the bully.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an antagonist, so he's partially the bad guy in that. Yeah, no, that counts. Sure.
Yeah, well, outside the box.
And it made you feel good, like to see that bully get his shit.
Yep. Yeah. My number 3 was Mrs. Voorhees.
That was good.
Oh yeah.
Friday the 13th. That was the Bodor.
Yeah.
And they actually revisited it in part 2. You know, you got to see her head on the wagon wheel or whatever it was, and they revisited the killing too, I think.
Yeah, they did that in a lot of the ones, I think, like the Friday the 13th flashback to like you know, well, I think you're right. I think they did show the killing scene again.
Yeah. My number 2 was Jack Torrance from The Shining.
Ah, that was good.
Yeah.
Frozen to death in the middle of that maze.
Yep. Yep. And my number 1 was Uncle Frank from Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
That was
nice. He gets all the hooks.
Dude, that was creepy as hell. That was
peeling some skin off.
And then he says, right before his face explodes, he says, "Jesus wept."
Yep.
And then his face is up.
Yep. And I had an honorable mention. It was the main vampire from 30 Days a Night. I don't remember if he had a name.
Yeah.
But that one was like so rewarding for me. Just.
Yeah.
That was a great movie too.
Yep.
Yeah, you really wanted to see that European trash vampire scumbag get his death at the end, because like he was like evil, you know, like nasty.
Oh yeah, beyond evil. Yep.
Nice.
And that should have been on my list probably, but like I said, I don't know his name, or I guess you call him head vampire or whatever. But
yeah, did they ever have names?
I don't know.
You know what? I didn't recall any, and if they did, they were something weird.
Yeah, because they
Because they
talked to each
did
other in that
talk,
weird
you know what I
ass
mean, like some
language.
kind of foreign language.
Well, and if
Yeah.
you look at, they had the subtext there for you to read.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't know if they ever. I don't know if
So
they ever used
maybe
names
they-
for each other.
That's why I put it on. But like I said, I wasn't super clear on it, so I just threw it in my honorable mention.
Nice.
It's good.
Maybe vampires like know each other like dogs do. You know, they don't exchange names; they smell buttholes.
Well, they
Yeah,
were
sniff each
made
other's
clicking
asshole.
noises too, didn't they? Didn't they like make clicking noises like to communicate? They were like click, 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 click,
Yeah,
like-
yeah. Like hunting in packs.
yeah, exactly.
All right, my top 5. So my number 5 is Evil Dead 2, Henrietta.
Oh, nice.
The mom when she's all big and bloated and fat and
Yeah,
like
the
her
sheer
in,
volume of blood.
oh my god, so much blood. And then like her head like turns into this big ass snake head.
Yeah.
It was there was just a great scene, and so that's my number 5. Number 4 is The Loved Ones. And then if you remember, they're driving away and Lola's crawling after them on the street,
Oh, yeah.
and you see him look out the rear view mirror, and then starts backing up, and it's like a slow motion, and all you keep seeing is her like the close up of her face,
Yeah.
and then at that last second you see, bam, the bumper like hits her in the face, and just like and that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was one of those ones too that when you like saw it happen, like you felt so
Felt
good.
great.
Like,
It was rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and I just like the way that they shot it too, like the slow mo of her face, like getting closer and closer to the bumper to the last second, and then just see it real time. Good
Yep.
stuff. My number 3 is I just call it the mass zombie death scene, and that's also from Dead Alive, the lawnmower scene where like.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Chris, you got to squeeze it in one of your top 5s, huh?
Yeah, man, like that was just crazy, and the slipping and sliding on the blood, and the body parts and the viscera flying everywhere, and like
I love the disembodied bowel that moves around.
oh yeah, then
on
it
its
turns
own.
into like a dog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like weird.
Something. I'm like,
It
Yeah.
was so
what
good.
dude? Oh my god, that was crazy.
Well, they did farts too, right? It's like,
Yeah,
running around
yeah.
the house and it farts.
And then, like as I was making this, I wonder which scene had more blood in it, that scene or the Henrietta scene from Evil Dead. Because I mean, they just
I think
both had.
Henrietta Evil Dead is in, or used to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most volume of blood being used in a scene, second only to the Nightmare on Elm Street 1984.
With Johnny
blood
Depp
scene.
getting
With
spit
Johnny
out of the
Depp,
bed.
Yeah.
Nice. My number 2 is Annie from Misery.
Okay.
She
She made all of our lists.
She did.
I think it's because
again,
it was a feel good kill.
It really was. Like, yeah, you felt really good, and they did a great job with it. Kind of, thinking you think she's dead, and then she's not, and then you think she's dead again, and then she's not, and they really played up that angle in that one.
Yeah.
For
And when he
what
finally-
otherwise was a pretty like straightforward horror,
Yeah. At the end, when he finally was beating her head in, he's like, "Just fucking stay dead."
Yeah. And then my number 1 is also Uncle Frank from Hellraiser.
Oh,
Nice.
wow, cool.
Yeah, right. I thought that was pretty cool because we had no idea. We didn't
Yeah.
talk to each other before this or anything, and we all said this was a tough one, but that one just sticks out in my head as like one of those scenes that like is I could just see it in my head,
Yeah.
and
Just
it
that
also
movie,
felt
man.
kind of good too because that guy was an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I have one honorable mention. It's actually a dual death, and it's the end of Scream, where Billy and Stu both get killed.
Yeah.
That whole scene there from the two of them stabbing each other and like Stu almost bleeding out, and then Stu like chasing Sidney around the house and then getting his head smashed in with a TV.
Yeah.
Such a great, like the whole scene itself was so much going on in it, and just a great scene. And another one that also like made you, although I was glad Billy died. I kind of liked Stu, so
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
it for mine.
Awesome. Great list this month. Very good. Very good.
It was a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to do one like this again. They're too hard.
Yeah.
Well, we need better ideas because I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to think of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this month movie review. Woohoo! All right, so for this month, we watched part 2 of a movie we watched about a year ago, The Babysitter, Killer Queen.
And I
This one-
found out,
Yeah,
and I was surprised to death when I was sitting down watching it. My kids are like, "Oh, like we saw this." I'm like, "Really?" I said, "Did you see the first?" Yeah, we watched the first one too. I'm like, "Really?" Like my kids don't like horror movies.
Wow. They like that.
No, they like that. Yeah.
Well, it is kind of teen friendly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, coming of
teen
age.
friendly,
right?
and just like the first one, it's a horror comedy.
Yeah. It's not
has a
scary. It's
a little bit
gory,
of
but it's not
campiness to
scary.
it. It's not
I love
scary.
the
It's
camp. I
definitely
love
gory.
the camp.
Yeah, the campiness is awesome.
Yes.
It's one of the things that I love about this movie, and really, this movie was a mega surprise because, first of all, I never thought there was going to be a part 2.
Right? Because why would you? Like
yeah,
after watching the first one end, like, well, okay, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it's a
why
great
would you think there'd
movie.
be a sequel?
Yep, and they left it open just in case. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
suddenly, bam, there's a sequel.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you know, spoiler alert, I think that there's definitely going to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
I felt hints of trilogy in this movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, but well, the thing about it is, it depends really on how many people like it. I can imagine that if you like the first one, you're gonna love this one. It's very
My
good.
kids, like I said, my kids like them both.
I think I saw 65% on. Well, 65%
so here's the
fans
funny thing.
on Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
How was The Shed? Should I watch that one? I didn't watch it, but
yeah, that was great too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
See, I thought I saw 65% on.
Well, hold on. I'm looking it up right now because here it is. So, critics only gave it a 44.
Yeah, but
you can see,
critics,
you can see that.
Audience gave it a 67.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going in this movie. You know what you're getting when you go into this movie.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, if you didn't watch the first one and you watch this one, then you maybe are in shock. But it's campy, it's funny, it's goofy, but I love
they
it.
do a lot of callbacks. Like there's a lot of callbacks.
Yeah. Well,
the
not
callback
only
jokes
that,
are great.
But here's a note that I took. The soundtrack was amazing.
Oh my God! Yes, it was a great soundtrack.
Kennedy's, the Cramp.
I thought the same thing.
When they busted out in the dead Kennedy police truck.
When he's on the back of the boat,
yeah,
the tube, dude, that was like the best. I know. I was like,
yes, yeah. I thought this playlist.
No, they nailed it.
Better.
And the Cramps, like that scene was good too. Like when they were
the DOS effects when they show up at the lake, you know.
Oh
and
yeah, like the party
partying.
music. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Killer Queen music.
They want
the
effects.
That the licensing to play those songs for the soundtrack in this movie probably cost half the budget of the movie.
Yeah, but it was so worth. Like I said, that those songs like just fit so perfect in it, and it made me like the movie better. Seriously.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
And like I said before we started, I think I said this at the beginning of the podcast. The cool thing about this movie, and actually both of them, was unintending. It tied in with what our top 5 was. This.
Oh yeah, the surfboard kill scene. Yeah, the boat.
Everybody dies kind of like cool. They're more like creative death scenes. You know?
Yeah. Well, and the best part is all the characters, as you see in the trailer, have returned. We won't give away how or what goes on, but they have all returned. And the best part of it is they're still all as dumb as they fucking were before.
Oh yeah, we can't because it's too new. We can't spoil the end.
No, we can't spoil on this one. It's way too new.
Yeah, and I love playing up the sight gag of the dude without the shirt.
Yep.
And then he has his name tag.
Yeah.
His name tag on his chest.
I cracked up the minute that I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck?
His name was Max.
They do these flashback scenes of each of the
characters. Max. That was Max.
And then you're just like, what
I don't remember everybody's name.
That was good.
I just watched it last night, so it's still pretty fresh in my head.
Oh yeah, same here. I watched it last night. I thought the kill scenes were even more over the top than before.
Yeah, definitely.
The mix of both practical and digital effects was pretty freaking awesome.
'cause there was some
in
cool-
fact, I
some
would say it
cool-looking
was
deaths.
almost flawless. There is a scene, the death of the cheerleader. I won't talk about it, but that
Allison.
scene was a perfect mix of digital and practical.
Yeah.
Like, you
And
couldn't tell when one ended and the next began.
that actually almost made my list tonight. Like I almost actually added that on as an
Yeah.
honorable mention because the progression of that death scene is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it transforms from a death scene into like another like fight scene. Like it's just great.
The use of body parts was perfect.
It's
and the
hard
funny
for me.
thing
Like
is-
I was trying to decide who my favorite
Yeah.
like demon was,
Yeah.
and they're all good for various reasons, you know.
Oh yeah.
And even the new introductions, I guess they're not demons; they're just humans who now
Yeah.
want to also be part of that.
Yeah.
They were great too. The weird like confrontation going on between the young kids and the old demons, the
Yeah.
cuts back and forth was great too.
Yeah, it was like 90s kids versus 2000s kids. It was
The
Yeah,
old
funny.
jokes and
Yeah. It was funny. But my favorite thing is the cheerleader. I can't remember the actress's name, but when in the first
Ella
movie
Thorne.
they played her up as like just dumb as fuck, but in this
Yeah.
one they topped it. They like said, "Oh, that was dumb," and it just went to like the whole another level.
Let's
It
make
was,
her even dumber.
yeah, it was
That's
so
Bella
fucking
Thorne.
funny. Oh, there you go, Bella Thorne. Yeah,
She used to be on some Disney show, and now she
Yeah.
she was
she's
on Howard
the
Stern.
crazy
Like
bitch that fucking broke OnlyFans. That bitch. She fucked it for
yeah,
everybody.
I heard about that. She was on Howard Stern about 6 months ago before that whole thing you're talking about like went down.
Yeah.
She's a big time like pothead.
What did she do?
She broke OnlyFans.
It's OnlyFans is like a thing where you get exclusive content to celebrities like
Listen,
stuff.
no. Listen to me. Make sure you teach your kids about social media. OnlyFans is not anything for anyone to be involved in. It's women that want money. They'll post pictures and videos of themselves nude for a monthly subscription on OnlyFans. And then they also post things that you pay extra for with tips. It's like a strip
Wow.
club online.
Oh, okay. So how
But
did
it's
she
like-
get on it then? I thought it was like celebrities.
No, there's hardly any celebrities on there. It's mostly lewd shit.
So
Oh.
was she? So she went on there.
She went on there saying that she was going to post lewd content for subscribers.
Oh, and then went shit back crazy and blew it up.
It was 4.6 million subscribers to her
Jeez.
feed in 2 days.
Wow.
And
She's kind of cute.
people paid the money to subscribe, and then she bailed on it, and they couldn't get the money back. There was this like the contracts for OnlyFans and all this shit, the way the payments work. Like they send the money to her account immediately. There's like no
Oh,
waiting
man.
period or anything. So
Oof.
they couldn't give it back. She'd have to give it back, and
Oh
it was
man.
like
Oh damn.
it broke it. So now they changed the payment policy, and it screws all the girls on OnlyFans, and it screws us as patrons too, because you can't. There's certain things you can't do now because like, well, if we gotta be the police in the middle here, I guess. This is
Huh.
she's
I
a
didn't,
cunt for
I
breaking
didn't
it.
know that much detail about it.
Well, I subscribe.
Well, we're on lockdown.
Hey, listen, when you can't meet girls, you can pay them $5 for a
I
nude
understand.
video.
We're on lockdown. You got to do what you got to do. I
Uh,
might subscribe. Shit.
yeah, so I don't like her, but I thought the way they made fun of how dumb she is by making her the dumbest possible character was awesome. What'd you think of, the acting of some of the new characters? The new girl, for some reason, I was like thinking this is going to fall into some of those typical horror movie tropes, but somehow it avoided them, which I was happy about because I couldn't predict what was going to happen. I kept thinking this blonde girl is like the other girl, like disguised or something, or
Yeah,
she did
that's what
some
I was
sort of
thinking.
That
spell.
was. I mean, it's all the same cast. So that was the girl that was like his friend that knew about the first one.
Yes, but that's why I thought that like, she like became her or something shit like
Oh,
that.
like she was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and because they do look similar, like
Yeah,
they're
but the thing is, I was like, yeah, she possessed his friend because like they kind of look alike, so she could hide as her or whatever, and then she would reveal that, oh, I'm actually not your friend, I'm your babysitter and whatever.
right because they kept showing flashbacks to her the
I don't
entire
think
movie,
she
but she
aged
wasn't
well
in it.
either. Phoebe, the babysitter.
Mm, eh.
It's not that long ago, but like I said, I don't know.
But I will say that it escaped a lot of the tropes that are in horror movies. It also blatantly made fun of some of them right in the middle.
It sure
Uh,
did. It sure did.
and yeah, and like the comedy aspect and the story overall was surprisingly great.
Yeah, and it was a good
Um,
twist at the end. Like
the end blew me away. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I liked the new girl. And I was because I was looking up like the people who did the characters, and I can't remember her name, but I think she's going to be in Scream 5.
yeah,
The girl who became his like
The
kind
new
of
the new
yeah
student girl. Her,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
yeah. She was good.
Yeah.
and,
To me,
and
yeah. Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. Damn Skype.
I know. Um, fuck, I forgot what I was to say. Hold on. The thing that I loved in this movie too was getting to know more of the scenes of the
Yeah.
parents, because the
Yeah.
parents in the first one, it was always funny what's with all the cocks. You remember that joke? All the
Oh
chickens in the
yeah.
house?
Yeah, it's
But
funny
then
when she's like, "Hey, is that the time you smoked weed?" And she's like, "You tried sticking it in my
You tried
ass,"
to
and
put
then
it
like
in-
he
yeah.
answers the door, like the one father answers the door.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
I'm
And when she
sad
was
about the
yelling at him,
dude with the Camaro or the Trans Am. I'm sort of sad about him. I was hoping
yeah,
if they do have another movie, like he would be in it.
Well, I mean, as we've seen in this one, nothing's impossible.
And
Like
he didn't really show like, yeah, well, yeah, I know. He just sort
I
of
love
assumed.
when he was yelling at his daughter like, "That's it, you're grounded." She chops his arm,
Yeah,
and then his last yell at her is like, "That's it, I'm taking away your IUD." I was cracking up. That was such a great movie.
yeah, there was there's a lot of like random shit in it too that I enjoyed, like the Street Fighter fight scene,
Yeah, that was pretty.
and
That was pretty interesting.
the dance scene, the Tonto jump on it, jump on
Yeah,
it, which ended up turning to, like you kind of knew what happened there, but
yeah.
through watching that scene, but it didn't really like click until like the end of the movie. Like, oh, okay,
Right,
I see
right.
now. And
Yeah,
just
that
like
was
the
good.
random like graphics that would pop up, like that say what the hell, or
Yeah,
or
like
like when they
kind
were
of
in
like
school too, and they were showing like the prescriptions the kids were on. That was kind
yeah,
of too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the one was whiskey.
Yeah,
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 Yeah, that was great. I liked it. It was creative.
yeah.
yeah. One said whiskey, one said glue. That was a good one. And one
Good
said
one.
glue. All right, so I'm gonna say, we try not to spoil too much there, but definitely, if you listen to this podcast, you're gonna like this movie. It's got a lot of campiness to it. It's funny. It's gory. It's got the kill scenes that you just love to love. It's definitely worth seeing.
And great
Um,
soundtrack too.
and the
Yes.
soundtrack is just killer. I mean, I can't name even the number of bands on there, but the one I took note of that blew my
The
mind
cramp. I
was,
could say the cramps.
yeah, the Cramps. That's right. Yep.
EFX effects.
Yep.
Young MC,
Young MC. Yep. Foreigner, I think, was on
Queen.
there. Queen was on.
Yeah, DOS
was it
Effects. That was the
Tommy
one.
Two Tones.
what was
Yep.
that 60s group that sang White Rabbit? That was
Oh yeah,
Jefferson
the
Airplane.
Jefferson Airplane, Starship,
Yep.
or Airplane.
It was
Jefferson.
That
Airplane.
was pretty cool too when they were walking down in the basement and that went on. Like I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
that was
that's
a cool. And again, that music just set the scene, right? It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she goes, "This is my rabbit hole."
Yeah, because she said that like her wish was to be Alice from Alice in Wonderland, which isn't really like a spoiler. I mean, that's not a spoiler because
And then the Sugar Hill Gang does, that jam on it.
Yep.
Tonto,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Sugar Hill Gang.
Ding, 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 ding,
Yep.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Definitely worth seeing. Personally, I give this a 4.5 out of 5.
I was gonna give it a 4. I was gonna give it a 4.
Yeah,
I look back and we didn't rate the first
3.5 or 4. I'll go 4. I don't.
All right, then we'll go with an overall of 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, and I look back, we didn't rate the first one. We weren't rating.
Yeah, back then
movies.
we were not rating movies. That's correct.
Yeah. So I would say this is probably on par with the first one. Like as far as sequels go, I like it just as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can.
I would go as far to say that the story in this one was surprising, and I'd say better.
Considering that you never expected a sequel.
Yeah, and they nailed it.
That's true. That's a good point. And I like I said, I think there's going to be a trilogy. They set up enough stuff during the movie, and then like, did you see that there was a cut scene after the credits?
Yep.
Yeah, with the book on the beach.
Scene. Yep.
Flipping through the pages. So I mean, come on, you don't do that unless you're planning on one more. I bet you 2 years from now, because the first one came out in 2018. Bet you 2022 we see the third one.
Yeah,
that'll be awesome. Yeah.
Oh, Dads were singing Black Velvet in the car too.
Oh, Black Velvet. Yeah, that's right. That's great.
Are you on the pot? Did you take the pot?
Did you take pot? No, because he didn't. Because the other dude held it and he lit it and he pulled the carb out.
Like
so,
his head like
so
he was
it was secondhand smoke.
It's secondhand.
It's secondhand. So Craig had mentioned earlier, I was deciding, because it was my turn to pick this month, between this and The Shed, which was on Shudder, and I actually watched that, and then this one came out, and I was like, let's do this one, because we already did the first one. I thought it'd be cool to do the sequel, but The Shed was really good too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
different.
I liked it.
Is it a horror comedy too, or
no? It's a vampire movie.
Well, it's also
there's a little comedy, but it's more. Yeah,
I'd
say it's more horror than.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. The end, it's kind of funny-ish.
Well, I saw the trailer. The trailer.
I wouldn't say as much as this one, but yeah, it's
not. I wouldn't say that it's one that kind of went out of its way to try to make you laugh. But there were still funny scenes that were kind of funny with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. True. Good point.
Or what was it? There was the name of a band on one of the walls that was like nuns. It was like Slutty Satan.
Oh yeah. In his bedroom.
Yeah. So there were some
Well,
things in there that were kind of funny, but yeah.
Shudder's
Definitely
got
worth
some
watching.
great content.
Yeah. And I think that one's exclusive to Shudder. Yeah, that one's a Shudder exclusive. So that one definitely. The Shed. If you want to see another good horror movie, less comedy, more gore, vampire, The Shed on Shudder. Very good.
And if anyone's got any ideas for lists,
please, yeah.
Yep. As always, you can send suggestions to feedback at the-American-Nightmare.com. Feedback at the-American-Nightmare.com. Or you can go to our website, theamericannightmare.com, the-American-Nightmare.com, and click the feedback link. Give us suggestions for top 5 suggestions for movies to review, any of your comments or feedback for some of these movies you want to tell us how you feel about it, or you can tweet to us on Twitter, tell us how you feel about a movie reviewed. We're at TAN Podcast on Twitter. Or you can come check us out on Facebook on the American Nightmare Podcast Facebook group.
Oh, and I had a friend ask me, and I wasn't sure the answer. He said, "What podcast services are you on?" He asked about Skype and YouTube, and I said, "I don't know. I know for sure we're on Google because that's the one I use. But as far as that, other than that, I'm not really sure."
We are on Google. We are on
iTunes.
The Google Play. We're on the Apple Podcast Store. We're also on a general XML feed. So if you have a podcast player, you can actually go to our website, click on the stream there, and load our feed into your podcast player. And that way, every time we publish an episode, you'll get notified, and it'll automatically download.
Nice.
So if you use podcasts, most people listen to podcasts in the car. So any podcast player app that's available in the Google App Store, Samsung App Store, Apple App Store, whatever, you can search most index that they create and find our podcasts. We can go to our website and get the link for the feed from there.
Nice.
All right. Awesome. And until next month, have fun.